For number 2, we're going to do the same things we did in number 1, with letter A being to determine the slope. And in order to determine that slope, we need 2 points on our graph. So one point that I see right away is this point, -2, -5. So I'm going to start by marking that point. So -2, -5. To find another one that I also see the point 0, 1. So I'm going to mark that point 0, 1. Now, no, there are other points as well. So these aren't the only 2. You could use some other points such as -1, -2. Maybe you chose the point 1 and 4. Again, these are just some options. You only need 2 points. To find the slope, we need to find the rise over the run. So again, we're going to move from left to right. So we're starting at this point and moving to this point over here. So let's count how many we're going up for our change in y. We're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And since we're going up, that's going to be positive. And then we're going to the right, 1, 2. And so we can write that as a slope, as the change in y, or the rise is 6 over 2. And if we simplify 6 over 2, we get a slope of 3. Letter B says to identify 1 point on the line. So 1 point on our line, I'm going to go ahead and use this point right here, which is -2, -5. So we have the point -2, -5. And part C says to write the equation of the line. So again, I'm going to refer back to what we did in Module 1. So back in Module 1, we used that table to help us. So I'm going to create that table for us. So we have x and y. And this time we're using the point -2, -5. And again, we're thinking about that slope is that we're adding 3 each time. So if I write that equation, I would have y equals, I started with -5, and I'm adding 3 each time. Now remember, inside the parentheses there, we're taking x minus the x value. We're used to having positive numbers, but it's okay to have negative numbers. You just got to see how that's going to change. That means that we're going to be subtracting a negative number. So we're subtracting a -2. So it would look like this. Now, subtracting a -2 is the same thing as adding 2. So we can simplify this and also say that y is equal to -5 plus 3 times x plus 2. So just another way of writing it in the simplified form. And then finally, letter D says to simplify the equation. So in letter D, I'm going to rewrite the equation for us. We have y equals -5 plus 3 times x plus 2. So I'm going to use the simplified version. That's the better one. But again, if you can't quite get there yet, that's okay too. And since that -5 has nothing to do with the parentheses, I'm just going to bring that down to start. So I get y equals -5. Then I'm going to take my positive 3 that I have and I'm going to multiply it by x to get 3x. Then I'm going to take that positive 3 and I'm going to multiply it by 2 to get 6. Now I can look for like terms. So I have a -5 and a positive 6 that I can add together. -5 plus 6 is 1. So I get y equals 1 plus 3x as my simplified equation.